Texting among teens has surpassed calling, email, even face-to-face contact as the way they communicate with each other. A new survey just out shows that teens average one text every 10 minutes when they're awake. Their daily text messaging has skyrocketed from 38% in 2008 to 54% last year. 1 in 3 sends more than 100 texts a day. But with any new technology comes its own challenges, and a new FCC forum is analyzing this tech-centric reality and the many pitfalls it presents, like cyberbullying and sexting.
About 4% of American teens who have cell phones say that they have sent a nude or nearly nude suggestive image of themselves to somebody they know. And about 15% of teens say they have received such an image.
As always, a lot of it comes down to parents keeping tabs on their teens. 64% of parents say that they look at the contents of their child's cell phone. About half limit phone usage during the day.
So, what are the dangers of texting to a young mind, for instance, and how can parents teach their kids about it? Dr. Adelle Cadieux is a pediatric psychologist at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, and she joins us tonight to talk more about the effects of all of this. That's a lot of texting.
That is a lot of texting. It's a lot of time on the phone.
So this is a whole nother way that this generation is communicating with people, and there are a lot of pitfalls with that. Let's talk a little bit about cyberbullying. First of all, you can't curb that. I mean, that's something that the child's going to be presented with, and that can be a difficult thing to handle.
It's a very difficult thing to handle because not only do you not have an ability to combat it, it's going to happen, but you also then have all the emotional turmoil that it creates.
Yeah, you need the tools to handle that kind of thing. And also, what about the damage risk factors of sexting for the young developmental mind? I mean, this is a time when, you know, sexuality is really developing in our young people. If you've got, you know, middle schoolers, for instance, seeing all these images so soon, and ones that may be indeed pornographic or sending images of each other or what have you. I mean, tell us more about how you feel that.
Well, and what happens is it becomes more normal, and so they assume that this is a normal activity, that it's what everybody is doing, and so one, it places more pressure on kids to do it, and so it really makes it a much more difficult thing to curb because they think it's what you're supposed to do.
Peer pressure for that.
It's peer pressure.
What can they suffer later in life if they have sort of a distorted image from early on?
Well, if you distort the image early on, well, that carries over into all your relationships afterwards. And so through their dating relationships and even into their marital relationships or other relationships that they may have throughout their life.
I would imagine it's difficult to erase what has once been seen.
It's very difficult to erase it. Well, and when we think about these photos that they may send or even these messages that they get sent, they're not private. They may be only sent to one person, but most teens share that with somebody else, and then that person shares it, and that person shares it, and pretty soon it's out there, and you can't take it back. You can't control it anymore.
No. Let's talk about how parents can help. The kids may not think it's as serious as it is. Parents can't police 24/7, but yet something has to be done. So what is your advice to parents tonight and kids?
Well, the main things that parents can do is talk to their kids. Education is the key to this, and that is opening up that discussion about what they know about sexting, what they know about, are their opinions about it, and do they recognize the dangers? And if they're already recognizing the dangers, maybe you can just kind of discuss it. But if they're not, then educating them about the fact that once you send something like that, it's out there forever. It's not just out there for that moment. It's out there forever, and the damage that can do, and really get them thinking about, is that what you want? Is that the image that you want the world to see? Because you're not just sending it to a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Right.
It's out there for the world to see.
Dr. Adelle Cadieux, we appreciate it, a pediatric psychologist at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.